What's up, peoples of ISC and elsewhere? This is Undefeatable Twilight. So, after the apology video I uploaded, and confession, I've decided that basically I'm going to redo all the chapters that I recorded before but didn't upload, because having to edit that video has been putting me off doing more videos, and having to edit that video has been putting me off uploading the previous videos, and that has been putting me off doing more videos. So I thought the best course of action would be to actually redo the chapters, and then I can upload them straight away. So, because if I upload them now, then because they were recorded in February, there's going to be a lot of references to it being February and parody month and all, which won't make sense considering they're being uploaded in March. So the downside of that is that there is no real videos for parody month this year on my channel, which is an unfortunate side effect of my laziness. So I hope you'll forgive me for that, but I'm going to do my best to stick to my promise as before and actually upload the videos on time. So this is a redo of Chapter 3 of Mostly Harmless. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy has, in what we laughingly call the past, had a great deal to say on the subject of parallel universes. Very little of this is, however, at all comprehensible to anyone below the level of advanced God, and since it is now well established that all known gods came into existence a good 3/millionths of a second after the universe began, rather than as they usually claimed the previous week, they already have a great deal of explaining to do as it is, and are therefore not available for comment on matters of deep physics at this time. One encouraging thing the guide does have to say on the subject of parallel universes is that you don't stand the remotest chance of understanding it. You can therefore say what and and even go cross-eyed and start to blither if you like, without any fear of making a fool of yourself. The first thing to realise about parallel universes, the guide says, is that they are not parallel. It is also important to realise that they are not, strictly speaking, universes either, but it is easiest if you try and realise that a little later, after you've realised that everything you've realised up to that moment is not true. The reason they are not universes is that any given universe is not actually a thing as such, but is just a way of looking at what is technically known as the WSO-GMM, or whole sort of general mishmash. The whole sort of general mishmash doesn't actually exist either, but is just the sum total of all the different ways there would be of looking at it if it did. The reason they are not parallel is the same reason that the sea is not parallel. It doesn't mean anything. You can slice the whole sort of general mishmash any way you like, and you will generally come up with something that someone will call home. Please feel free to blither now. The Earth with... Wait, did I skip a page? No, that's it. The Earth with which we are here concerned, because of its particular orientation in the whole sort of general mishmash, was hit by a neutrino that other Earths were not. A neutrino is not a big thing to be hit by. In fact, it's hard to think of anything much smaller by which one could reasonably hope to be hit, and it's not as if being hit by neutrinos was in itself a particularly unusual event for something the size of the Earth. Far from it. It would be an unusual nanosecond in which the Earth was not hit by several billion passing neutrinos. It all depends on what you mean by hit, of course, seeing as matter consists almost entirely of nothing at all. The chances of a neutrino actually hitting something as it travels through all this howling emptiness are roughly comparable to that of dropping a ball bearing at random from a cruising 747 and hitting, say, an egg sandwich. And yes, I came prepared this time. It's another advantage of redoing the videos. I wasn't really happy with how I did them before, because I forgot to have my drink with me, so obviously when I was going on with long chapters and my voice was dying out, instead of going to get a drink, which would have been the sensible thing to do, and cutting the video, I instead just kind of tried to finish as fast as possible, and then quality suffered because of that. So I can redo it and take my time and be prepared. Anyway, this neutrino hit something. Nothing terribly important in the scale of things, you might say, but the problem with saying something like that is that you would be talking cross-eyed badger spit. Once something actually happens somewhere in something as wildly complicated as the universe, Kevin knows where it will all end up, where Kevin is any random entity that doesn't know nothing about nothing. This neutrino struck an atom. The atom was part of a molecule. The molecule was part of a nucleic acid. The nucleic acid was part of a gene. The gene was part of a genetic recipe for growing, and so on. The upshot was that a plant ended up growing an extra leaf in Essex, or what would, after a lot of palaver and local difficulties of a geological nature, become Essex. The plant was a clover. It threw its weight, or rather its seed, around extremely effectively and rapidly became the world's dominant type of clover. The precise causal connection between this tiny biological happenstance and a few other minor variations that exist in that slice of the whole sort of general mishmash, such as Tricia Macmillan failing to leave with Zaphod Beeblebrox, abnormally low sales of pecan-flavoured ice cream, and the fact that the Earth on which all this occurred did not get demolished by the Vogons to make way for a new hyperspace bypass, is currently sitting at number 4,763,984,132 on the research project's priority list at what was once the history department of the University of Maximegalon, and no one currently at the prayer meeting by the poolside appears to feel any sense of urgency about the problem. So, that is my video. I hope you liked it. If you did, remember to like, comment, share and subscribe, and if you are subscribed, be sure to ding that notification bell so you know when I make a new video, because I can do it whenever I feel like it. Thanks to my Patreon supporters, Angel, Modren and Aaron. If you would like to join their ranks, then the link to my Patreon is in the description. You can sign up and support me, and you can request chapters if you donate to high enough tiers. You can request me to read chapters or short stories or even whole stories, depending on how much money you give me. And also, if you like books, you should check out Angel's Amazon pages, because he writes books and there are many out, and book sales are our main source of income. So, well, actually benefits are, but book sales help too. So any books you buy will help us out a lot, so check those out. And also, if you can't afford to spend money, you can also always spread these videos around. If anyone wants to have someone read stories to them, is like a nice thing to. I don't know. I kind of feel like my videos, if anyone would watch them at all, it'd probably be something to watch, when you're falling asleep, maybe, or something in the background when you're doing something else or whatever. I think it's nice to that's my aim really, is to have a kind of chilled out, informal, relaxed kind of feel to my videos. So something you could watch late at night when you're going to bed or something. I don't know, whatever you like to do. So share my videos with anyone who might like it. Spread the word, get more people out watching my videos, because if I get enough subscribers I can get monetized, and then YouTube will finally notice me. Hopefully. So yeah. Also, I have misplaced my bookmark. It's in my suitcase somewhere. I don't know where. I'll have to dig it out, but for now I'm using this as a bookmark. So I'll get my tarot card back by next video. I'll see you again next time. Take care of yourselves. Remember to stay positive. Love and peace.